Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of Velocity Channel. Listen, we're going to show you how to do this velocity banking thing so you can pay off and eliminate all of your bad debts, okay, and then grow your wealth. So what we want to do is we want to address this question. It's a very serious question, and before we do that, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, okay? Tell your mom, tell your dad, to your cousins, your sisters, your aunties, all right? Make sure everyone all over the world knows about this method of paying down, eliminating their loans, all right? Because you know what? After those loans, what do we want to do next? We want to invest in businesses, invest in property. We want to build and build and build and build, all right? And teach others to do the same. So let's get right into it right now. TT, okay? How can we do this if our mortgage company, mortgage stands for death pledge. That's what it means in Latin. Mort, death, gage, pledge. If our death pledge company only gives the option to add account information instead of adding a credit card. Well, that's why you need to replace your mortgage with the First-Lien HELOC, TT. A very good question. All right, we actually have how to do that in the description below. Okay, it's First-Lien HELOC. Get with us. Of course, we're going to do the consultation. We're going to see if it's the right fit for you, as it's been for thousands of others. And we're going to make sure that we turn your mortgage, okay, into something that gives life. Okay, life to your finances, life to your health. Okay, because you're not going to be worried about, okay, can I pay the mortgage off? So that's a very good question. Let's go ahead and address it right now, because I do know what's going on. The real estate industry, it's not as many market upsides as it was before, right? I'm telling you, the inventory is getting swallowed up, and boy, these houses, the prices are inflated, okay? But what happens to everything that's artificial? Sooner or later it gets found out, right? That's why there are market corrections, right? Now the Fed is going to make a move on the 27th, okay? And oh my word, you got to make sure that you see my post, okay? Make sure that you make sure. So if your mortgage company is only giving you the option to add account information, then what we want to do is make sure that we are utilizing our either Discover or our MasterCard, and then we're utilizing a service called Plastique. With Plastique, they'll actually send the check out to the mortgage company so that they get that check on time. It will pull from your funds, okay? It has to be either Discover or MasterCard. And right, not only that, they'll make sure that it gets there on time. You just got to go ahead and specify it, all right? Now, what we want to let you know is if you're concerned about any fees associated with the line of credit, okay, notice that you're actually paying, you can actually do this calculation yourself, but you're actually paying closer to 115% interest on a $200,000 house at 6%. You're actually paying 115% because that 6% is actually amortized, okay? Anything with the word mort in it means death, okay? Morticia, mortuary, right? Mortgage, amortization table, okay? Has an element of death in it. You shouldn't be in it. You're alive. So the 115% simple interest here in your mortgage is nothing to be compared to the measly, let's say, at 21% simple interest that you're paying with the line of credit. So if you have the personal line of credit, then you can actually pay this house off in about 5 to 7 years instead of the regular, traditional, boring 30 years. And if you had a First-Lien HELOC, you could pay it off completely, right? In way, way, way less time because of the equity that's in the house. So home equity line of credit is what HELOC stands for. Of course, we would have to go ahead and consult with you. We're on a one-on-one basis. And of course, we have amazing staff on hand for that. And we would love to talk to you about that first lien HELOC and about getting that. But let's go ahead and show you how to pay off this house in the 5 to 7 years. It's going to be really quick, okay? $200,000, no big deal. $15,000 in your line of credit. That's the tool you're going to use it to pay off this house. And the $5,000 in income and the $3,000 in the expenses. Now, what you're going to do first and foremost, if you know how to make sure to pay off the credit utilization and you're not worried about that and you really need to get your house paid off and it's just something that you'd love to tell your neighbors, to show up the Joneses, whatever your motivation is, all right, whatever your why is, listen, you can do it. Let's go ahead and take all the $15,000 that you have in your line of credit and you can actually put it towards the principal. You got to tell them, hey, this is going towards the principal. They're going to be like, don't you need that money to blah, blah, blah? No. I got $5,000 coming in and I'm about to pay this off in about, what, 7 months? Because that $2,000 that's staying in the line of credit is what's going to pay it off. All right? And so your company says, oh, man, you can't add a credit card. Then add a line of credit. Have the line of credit write the check towards that mortgage or utilize Plastique with the Discover and MasterCard and have them write the check to the mortgage company and make sure that you're massively paying that principal down, because when you pay the principal down, when you bite off a chunk of that principal, what else are you biting off? A chunk of that interest. Now, you're not going to see it because you're still going to be paying what? $1,200 a month? Because it's scheduled. $1,200 a month because it's scheduled, right? But that's okay because you know that interest is getting cut down. Instead of just $1 to $2 getting knocked off, doing it the regular old $1,200 a month way, Now, what you're doing is you're utilizing your line of credit, okay? You're sending that chunk towards the principal on the mortgage. And because you're filling up your line of credit with your income and your expenses, what's left? 5,000 minus 3,000? 2,000. That 2,000 is filling that line of credit back up. And so what happens when it's full again? That's right. You do it again. Go ahead and wipe this mortgage out because that's what you want to do, right? And now what you're going to do is make sure, you want your credit score back up again. Great. Okay. Keep this line of credit at below 25% on the credit utilization. Make sure you're making your payments on time every time. On time means early, okay? Make sure you've got those different mix of accounts. Make sure you got that installment loan. Make sure you've got the line of credit. Make sure you've got the credit cards, at least 3 to 5, okay? Have those different mix of accounts and make sure you're not closing accounts that you don't need to, because that's going to work against you, all right? So this is what we want to do. We want to make sure that the $200,000 is paid off, if that's what you want to do. And then, any car loan that you have, make sure that's paid off. Now, I want to let you know something. You may want to think about paying the car loan off first, because that's most likely going to be the cash flow sucker. And we want to get rid of cash flow suckers, all right? We want to take that cash flow that's getting sucked on the car loan, and we want to hammer the principal to our next loan product that we need to get rid of. But I'm telling you, the best thing to do, okay, the best thing to do is to get a first lien HELOC. Because the flexibility that you have with it, the wealth building capability that you can have with it is astronomical. Get with us and we'll show you more, okay? God bless you guys. Have a great night.